Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Anderson, author of lovefraud.com. And today, once again, I'm with Mandy Friedman. Mandy is a licensed professional counselor, and she's going to be presenting a webinar for love fraud called The Survivor's Guide to Healthy People and Healthy Relationships. So welcome, Mandy. Here we are again, and I'm so glad to be here.
Donna, I'm so happy to keep doing these webinars with you. It really brings me a lot of joy to get to help people, and I love working with you. So thanks for having me back.
Okay. So do you find that survivors struggle with moving forward with new relationships after narcissistic abuse? And if so, how do they struggle?
Yes, they definitely struggle. And, some struggle to even get started or feel like that it's okay to date because it's too risky. And then there's others that will get started, but they're still using their old toolbox. But the reason why people would be tentative or struggle with developing or engaging with healthy relationships would be that a lot of survivors have had a history of abuse throughout their life, or they were raised in families where that kind of behavior was normal and they wouldn't have the background to observe healthy behaviors and to learn through modeling by people around them. And then, of course, when you are in an abusive relationship, that abuser really wants to dismantle your core identity and destroy your ability to trust your own perceptions. So that sticks, doesn't it? And then as we try to engage now in a healthy way with new people, we don't trust ourselves that we're going to make the right decisions.
One of the ways to evaluate a relationship is to see whether or not it provides balance in your life. So what do you mean by that?
Well, something new for us is looking at our resources and identifying them, right? That we have only so much time, energy, attention, emotion, money. We have limited resources, actually. And in a healthy relationship, you see that those resources are being invested or spent in a balanced way, that it's not just one-sided. We also find that when one person is struggling, the other person is able to support, and then vice versa. So it's not just someone caretaking another person who's incapable of also providing support in the other direction. Something else we need to look at to establish whether there is balance in a relationship or not is how we handle those moments together when both people are triggered or angry. And if you notice that you're always the one that's de-escalating, you're always the one that's having to kind of like self-diagnose and, monitor the health of the dynamic, that's not balanced, right? We want to co-regulate with this individual. We want to together make sure that we're helping each other in those moments. So if you're both triggered, that you could both help each other in co-regulating your emotions at the same time. But in abusive relationships, we don't co-regulate. We wind up being the button that gets pushed over and over again. And we're actually, we're taken advantage of when we're in that state, because we're emotional. And so that's when a lot of bad things happen. In healthy relationships, there's more balance and we help each other out, even when one person is, triggered and angry. The other person's going, oh, they're triggered right now. Okay, we need to co-regulate. Instead of, what's your problem? What's wrong with you? It becomes something of a therapeutic relationship between the couple, and it provides balance. And that's something that we have missed so much in these abusive relationships, where you are not nurtured and you're the only one investing. And so that's one of the key features of a healthy relationship, is that it naturally provides balance in your life. Just by the person being in your life, we have this equilibrium that sort of emerges between the two of you.
Wow, that's a really good explanation and something I really hadn't heard before. So thank you for that. And what else will people learn in your webinar?
We are going to talk about why this information is so important for survivors, because specifically survivors of narcissistic abuse, survivors of sociopaths, people with trauma struggle with relationships. And there's reasons for that. And it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because you're not capable. It's because someone has traumatized you and they have screwed up with your mind what it's supposed to be like. Is this okay? Is it not okay? Is it real? Is it not real? We don't know anymore in abusive relationships. So I will be highlighting why it's specifically so important for us as survivors. The other thing that we're going to be looking at is how to identify healthy people, because we encounter people all the time, and it doesn't have to be an intimate partner or a family member. It could be someone you work with or a random person at the grocery store that was behaving strangely, you know, that to be able to identify within another human that they are emotionally and mentally healthy. And when they're not emotionally and mentally healthy, to know that that's okay for them to be that way, that we just we don't need to be around it though. You know, we can't control those things necessarily, but it's really good to be able to say, I don't think that's healthy, or, oh, that looks like healthy for me. Something that has happened to us is we may have even passed up healthy things, right? Or healthy things may have passed us up because we're not ready for healthy things until we're ready for it. I often say it's like magnets, you know, healthy attracts healthy, unhealthy attracts unhealthy, unhealthy repels healthy. So often when we're looking for healthy things, we have to be in a position of being able to recognize it in the first place. And then lastly, the other thing that we'll learn is how to identify healthy relationships, whether it's a relationship that you're in or a relationship that you're observing, that you have a list of little things in your mind and going, oh, I don't know. Well, or, that looks, yes, excellent. We need to have a concrete method when we start to date and interact in these ways, because we are vulnerable and we have been through so much, and it's our worst nightmare, isn't it? Yeah. It's the worst nightmare for survivors, is that we're going to do it again. So this webinar basically will help you not do it again. It will also help you understand relationships from the past and why things happen the way that they happen. But most importantly is that you deserve to have a healthy and happy relationship in recovery and moving forward in life. You deserve that if it's something that you want.
Well, I know that you're just a wealth of information and that this will be fabulous. And so thank you so much, Mandy, and I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see you soon on this webinar.
Looking forward to it, Donna. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. And I hope you sign up for the webinar because it will be terrific. Bye-bye.